Guys, this is a cassette. It's Freecoaster. This was the worst thing for BMX ever. Let me explain why. So for a long time, a lot of the BMX out there, they're on a freewheel. If you guys really want no food, it's on a coaster brake. Okay, the coaster brake was the OG, but then after that, they became the freewheel, and then it went up to the cassette. Okay, the cassette. And the thing about the cassette is that it came out because there was the instant engagement, and of course, the great sound. And then along comes this guy, the big guy right here, heavy, just overdone, a Freecoaster. Somebody out there decide that, hey, you know what? If we went out there and we start messing with the coaster brake, it's going to allow us to roll backward, do all this, and it's a great idea. And then throughout evolution, the Freecoaster got fatter and fatter and a little bit more high tech, but it wasn't. The Freecoaster keep blowing up. Was that the advantage? The advantage was it marketing? Because the cassette wasn't blowing up, the Freecoaster is blowing up. If you guys recall, when KHE came out with a Freecoaster, I'm not talking about the Nankai. That was where it was more freestyle. But when the Freecoaster started getting into the street riding, it was a disaster. The KHE one was blowing up. It was the bearing, the driver, the axle, the adjustment. Oh, I mean, the list goes on. The list goes on. Alf, do you remember? That's kind of like around the time when you started to come into here. Freecoaster was blowing up. You remember? Did you ever had one?
I tried the Odyssey one, and it was terrible at that time. But
Odyssey,
then eventually I got on
the Odyssey one? I totally forgot they originally had one.
Reloader or something like that.
Oh, guys, what was the Odyssey's OG Freecoaster called? Well, I remember that. It was so bad, guys, I never even stocked it because by the time it was out, there was already bad rap about it. And then after that, Federal was like, we got it. We fixed it. We're gonna put the special bearing inside. It's like magic potion, all this. It's gonna solve all that. No. Bruce Chrisman jumped on board. He went and did some magic to it, but all he did was did some magic in the writing. But the hub itself was just still a disaster. I used to remember people buy it, then they'll come in and return it. Buy it, come in and return it. Hey, there's something wrong. I was like, dude, this is a nightmare. Why? This was the worst thing. This was the worst thing to BMX. But with every mistake, I always preach, you got to fail to succeed. Well, guess what? There was a lot of failure, but there is now succession? What is it? How do you, success? Okay? Because there's so many Freecoaster out there, somebody have figured out that the driver system right here was one of the culprit. And I would say Colt was one of the first one where they came out with the needle bearings. Okay? That one kind of solved it. But that one kind of like went and sparked other guys to go, oh, you know what? We could start looking at different type of bearings. So all these guys are coming out and working on it. Now, I'm not gonna get in depth into that. Okay, you can look at my Freecoaster video that I did a while back. But now the Freecoaster, guys, is a staple of BMX. If you guys look out there, majority of the BMX riders out there are on Freecoaster. The Freecoaster has now blossomed to the staple of BMX. Max is on it. Ethan's on it. I mean, the late Pat Casey was on it. Yo! He kills it. He took it from park riding because a lot of the park guys, they refuse to ride on this thing because the slack in it. They want the instant engagement. But he went and the guy's a phenomenal guy. May he rest in peace. But the day that park riders start embracing it, that's when you know it's good. What Freecoaster has done is it has made the backward game even better. The guys are rolling backward doing fakie tricks. Now there are guys out there that can't fakie on a cassette, but I truly believe the Freecoaster, it changed it. Hey, Sleeper, how did it change the game for you? By it allowing you to roll backward versus a cassette besides your friend making a trend.
The main thing it does is it allows you to go backwards just as fast as you can go forwards. The main thing it unlocks, now instead of grind, manual, grind, you've got another option. You can roll backwards at stuff. You can, instead of 360 the stairs, you can fakie 360 the stairs. It just kind of opens up every trick you can do, now you can do it backwards.
So do you think right now, if I was to have the the Harry Potter wand and I make the Freecoaster disappear, would you say it will be a little bit harder for you with a cassette to do some of those?
Anything backwards, 100%. Cassette makes it way harder. On the other hand, the Freecoaster takes away that pedal pressure, so your pop is completely different on the Freecoaster. That's why a lot of people don't like it.
But it's essential now. The Freecoaster.
Essential. Most true BMX guys right now are riding the coaster just because, again, why limit the amount of tricks you can do? Why limit going backwards for yourself?
Okay, no, get out of here. Get out.
Sorry.
Get out of here. Okay, look at that, I just wanted like a second, and he just always. So you guys hear from there. You know what? If you guys don't know who Ethan Courier is, check him out, okay? Check him out on Instagram. There's his, you gotta be a big deal to have a signature bike, okay? So yeah, I remember when he first came in, he was on a cassette. Once he got on that, you hear from him that the Freecoaster was a game changer for him, okay? But why? It's because of all the devastation, all the trouble that it caused, that the industry itself saw that there was a need for like better design, better innovation, and we have that now. We have that now, and what made it better was the driver bearing. My opinion, guys. You guys, if any of you guys out there got an opinion, by all means, my arm's wide open, camera's wide open, mic is on you. Tell us, okay?
I got one.
Tell us.
No, I got one.
What?
I think the axle getting fixed first. When they put the spring in the axle, and then when they fixed the clutch, and then finally the bearing. I think it had to go in that order.
Well, as a rider, I don't know because I don't ride as good as you, but as the guy that fixes it, the axle, you're absolutely right. But the driver was what blew up.
Yeah.
The clutch wasn't that big of a problem. It was okay, but it was that. Now that Demolition Demolition came out with this new spring system in there that is a collar. I know Primo and I think Stranger might use it too.
Shadow.
But I know Shadow uses that same thing. Okay. Now this Freecoaster is totally different from the Cult Astronomical or the BSD Planetary. Totally different system. Those Freecoaster are considered hybrids, but that's an evolution of this. So that is now even the next phase. So the Freecoaster, guys, what started out as a disaster, what started out as just like the worst thing that could happen in BMX, has ended up becoming, like you heard it from Ethan, pretty much the salvation, the standard. I hope that helped you guys. I hope that clear up. Some of you guys out there never gets to the last part and just jump on the first 3 seconds. It's probably gonna roast me. Go, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Yeah, keep clicking, guys. I love it. I love it. Keep the hate. Okay, guys, I gotta go back. Megan's making some great beignets. Oh, and you guys know what beignets are? Okay, guys, it's hot and humid. I gotta go serve some more ramen. Namaste.
Hey.